Well, day five, I just got back to the hotel. It's about 7:40 p.m., so a bit of a long day. I think it was a bit longer for us because the people that got disc injections are leaving on Saturday, whereas almost everyone else left today. So we kind of did our hyperbaric oxygen chamber treatment last. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday, I was in the hospital and a bit loopy on a lot of drugs. Something that was interesting was my first night doing hyperbaric oxygen. Honestly, it just breezed by. I felt nothing. I was shocked when they said the time was up. My second night doing it, which was post injections, it was miserable. I considered tapping out half a dozen times. I guess I heard someone else was swearing during their HBO treatment, and I was sweating. I was uncomfortable. I couldn't make myself comfortable. And then so today we started off early. Things were great. We did IV stem cells, and I did a very large dose. I think I might have had the largest dose of IV stem cells of anyone in the group. I did 120 million, and upon putting my IV stem cells in, I felt really good until the very end, and then just the last little bit, I started to shiver, uncontrollably. And I went and talked to the physicians. They said, it's not an uncommon reaction, and it should be fine, and to give it 30 minutes. So they brought me some hot tea with honey. I got under a blanket, and 30 minutes later, I started to feel hot. So, I took the blanket off and I drank a bunch of water, and an hour later, I was completely fine. I did PEMF. That was fine. That didn't create any issues for me. And then we did, hyperbaric oxygen again. And this time I took a Tylenol 4 before going into the tank. I'm not sure if that helped or not, but I felt totally fine the entire time I was in the tank. Until I was getting out, when they finally opened the door. All of my areas where I had injections hurt, and it seemed like the other people that were with me had a similar thing. So I'm certain the HBO is helping us. It's just it's also makes you uncomfortable for a little bit. So from there we jumped out and got into the van, took us back to the hotel, and tomorrow morning we've got I think the last little bit of wrap up. And got I think another NAD plus, PEMF, go over our blood tests, our blood work, and wrap it up with the physicians, and then they boot us out of the country. So we'll be heading back to San Diego, and if I'm very lucky, very, very lucky, I will make it in time for a 3 p.m. flight, but it's not super likely. So likely I'll be stuck overnight in San Diego and grab a nonstop, but the last nonstop going out is 3 p.m. So I'll keep you guys updated as I progress. One little note, I don't know what'll stick and what won't, but I could just, a day in, I can turn my neck full range of motion, which I couldn't always do. And typically when I sat down for any prolonged period, I just had acute pain just radiating through my left leg. And I've been sitting for hours today and no pain in my left leg. So fingers crossed this sticks. But initially, this is kind of amazing. One of the guys in my group, he didn't have feeling in one of his fingers, and a day later, he's got feeling back in that finger. So it's it's hard to believe, but I guess I'll keep you guys updated. It's pretty surreal so far.